They start on the ground with Nick Chubb. And he'll use his blockers to get this up over the 20 to the 21. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
That was a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
2nd down, here's Chubb again. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down. The Browns had 2-2 through the first 4 weeks of the season. And they were winners their last time out, so they'll be looking to make it 2 in a row.
And so much about football, partner, comes down to mindset. Being in the right frame of mind, and the best way to get in that good frame of mind, winning. So they come in feeling good. They've got the home crowd behind them. I think they're going to be tough to beat in this one.
And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. 13 yards to pick up there. Good for a Cleveland first. You were telling me this yesterday. That's exactly what they want to do on the opening drive, establish the ground game.
Yeah, remember our conversation we were talking about with one of the GMs in the league has told me repeatedly, it's a big man's game. And it's not necessarily size. He's talking about playing some big boy football. Line up, get leverage, knock people back, and establish the run early.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. They run it again with Chubb. And only a couple for him there as the tackle is made at the 42.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
Throwing on 3rd down, Watson. He's going to have the hook up to Schwartz. And he gets this only to the 44-yard line. Not near enough to keep the drive alive. On 4th down, on is Corey Bojorquez to punt. He was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. And not what he was hoping for there as this will hit in the end zone for a touchback. Allen and the Bills now with a 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. Now the former 4th-round pick, it's Kalen Ballage. And he'll be out right at the 35. They may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a 1st down. Well, one unit I know you want to watch is that offensive line. If they keep clearing holes like that, it could be a long night defensively.
No doubt about it, because when they are in sync, as we're seeing so far, when that continuity is there, and you can see that they're playing off of each other while controlling the defensive front linebacker.
And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. A big play here for Buffalo. 58 yards. So there is the big arm of Josh Allen on display. He can throw it as deep as anybody, and that was an absolute laser.
And I tell you from our broadcast booth, because we're pretty close to the 50, we had the best view, a bird's-eye view of that throw. It was an absolute thing of beauty to watch. Never ceases to amaze me, the arm strength of these guys.
They'll run here with Blanche. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. Now Ballage. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. Kalen Ballage, his 5th rushing touchdown now on the year. And the Bills put the Knights' first points on the board as they take the early lead. Extra point by Bass, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. This fielded right at the goal line. And he'll get it up just past the 20 as his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. The Cleveland offense ready to go. Over on the sideline, hoping to hit that reset button between possessions. Last time out, they had to punt it away. This time, hoping to finish this thing off in the end zone. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
Well, from an offensive perspective, that was a tough run because he only picked up 3 yards. Well, let's flip it over to the defensive side. They now have the advantage. 3 3-yard gains. That means they're punting the ball likely on 4th down. That's what you're looking for when you're playing defense.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Watson. And incomplete on the deep ball.
It's always tough trying to keep your guy upright when he's trying to throw the football. When you're dealing with those big, bad guys on the defensive front, it's even tougher. And this time, those guys on the opposite side won the battle, getting to the quarterback and knocking him into an incompletion.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. The slot man in motion right. Off of play action, it's Watson. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
That looks like it's going to be 2 empty possessions now to start this football game. I think they're going to have to sit down and talk about what worked for them last week in their win. Sometimes you over-game plan, overthink things, get back to what works.
And Bojorquez on to punt as he gets it away. That's fielded at the 8-yard line. They'll call that a 61-yard punt. He got all of that one. And the Bills will be backed up to start the drive. They'll have it 1st and 10. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And they'll be looking to make this a 2-score advantage. Had the touchdown on their first drive, Charles. Hey, they can get up 2 scores here on the road. That's a heck of a start.
And not only have they thought about it, I wonder if they visualized it. I remember playing and they used to turn the lights out in our meeting room and run through a situation like this and say, just think about what it would be like to be up on the road and take the crowd out of it. Maybe they did some of that.
From the 16, Allen. That's caught by the big tight end, O.J. Howard. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. 22 yards there, a 1st down. They give it off here to the tight end. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. The linebacker, Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah, on the tackle. Well, this defense for the Browns, they were excellent a week ago in the win over Pittsburgh.
It was a little bit enlightening talking with the defense coordinator about their performance last week because the feeling was that it was a good, solid performance. They did what they needed to do to get the job done and get the win, but definitely a few lapses that they're looking to correct.
Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
But they certainly came out firing in this one, and while that one was incomplete, I can't imagine that'll be the last shot that they take in this game.
An incomplete pass on 2nd down. It muddles things a little bit here. This is 3rd and 10. To the air, Allen. Going deep downfield for Ross. This is caught inside the 15. And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. Tap forward by Allen on the jet sweep. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage.
That's a nice job there defensively, being able to diagnose that little touch pass. They saw it coming, converged on him before he could get much out of it.
Second and 10. And this play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back to the 15. A long way to go here on 3rd down for the 8th play of the drive.
Alert, alert, alert.
Here's Allen. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Well, it's been a tough go for him. These guys have been driving down the field, but defensively, once they got their backs to the goal line, turned up the pressure, that's going to lead to a 4th down. Well played.
Allen will look to throw for it on 4th. He will find Diggs in the end zone. Touchdown, Buffalo. Stephon Diggs with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Bills' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. The extra point by Bass, up and good. And it's now 14-0. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Browns drive about to get started. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive, but at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer, and make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still 2nd quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. Second down, here's Chubb again. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. He winds up giving a yard back there, and now it's 3rd and 2.
Well, I would have figured after the 9-yard run on the previous play, getting 1 more yard wouldn't have been much of a problem. But apparently it was, and now it's 3rd down.
They'll bring a receiver in motion left. Third and 2, Watson. Got a man, it's Schwartz, complete. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. Watson on 1st down. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They've looked lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
They go with Chubb on second down. And the big boys up front, they're going to stop him right at the line. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10.
What an advantage having an elite guy in the middle of the defensive line, because not only does he take up the space and let the linebackers run free, but he can also make plays himself, as we just saw there.
The Browns on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Watson. And he's got his man on the out route. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. First catch for him. It's good for a dozen and a first down.
These guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half, but I like their countenance. I like the way that they're acting panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
53 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive they went 3 and out.
They run again on first down, Chubb. And he was able to shed 1 tackle but could not get away from there. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
On 2nd and 9, Watson. And the Bills are going to get him as he goes down. Von Miller, he was the one getting in there, able to wreak his usual havoc.
Well, if the goal is to get back into this game, the offense is certainly moving in the wrong direction. This is certainly a case where one team needs big splash plays right now, but unfortunately, it's the other team that's getting them.
Two minutes to play, first half. It's 14-0. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And it's going to be incomplete. He was able to catch it there on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. And it's going to bring up 4th down.
They converted twice on 3rd down that drive already, but couldn't make it a 3rd. We always talk about in-game adjustments. How about what the defense did there, able to shut them down on that attempt?
On 4th down, on is Corey Bojorquez to punt. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And problems spreading to the punt team now. This one goes all the way into the end zone on the fly, so that'll come back to the 20. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive.
It has been about as perfect of a start to this game as these guys could have asked for, Charles. They've scored on their first 2 drives. They still haven't given anything up on the other side of the ball, so they can already make this a 3-score game here if they can come away with points up.
Yeah, they're almost pushing them to the brink, aren't they, partner? Almost to the point now where it's a loss of words for me, which I know would excite all of our viewers, but you're just not supposed to see that type of dominance so quickly in a game like this. Everything they've done has been working so far. Offense, defense, you name it, it's going well for them.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20.
Allen going to fire quickly and get it to Diggs out wide.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down. Throwing is Allen on third. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
That might be the third down stop that they needed because they've had a lot of trouble slowing down this offense in the first half. This might be their opportunity to get off the field.
On fourth down, Matt Araiza is sent on to punt.
He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. Oh, and what a play on special teams here. This is going to be down inside the 5, all the way down at the 2-yard line.
And he's got to be fired up about that effort. I don't think he could have walked down and placed it any better than where he ended up putting the football. That was excellent.
The Cleveland offense ready to go.
Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete.
I see what they were trying to do there, trying to find some dead space in the middle of the field and take their shot right there. A really good idea, but it winds up incomplete.
After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. Watson off play action. He's got a man complete. He's at the 30, 10, 5, and all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland.
Anthony Schwartz, an even 90 yards. And the Browns are on the board here in the final minute of the first half. Extra point by York is up and good.
And that'll make our score 14-7. The Browns kicking team out there now as they'll send this one away.
Taken in at the 3. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive.
And with a 14-7 lead, they might just be happy to take this thing on into the tunnel.
First down, and they're going to throw with Allen. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Whenever I see a drop like that, I have to kind of take a step back and check myself a little bit. So used to seeing those big guys make big-time spectacular plays that when they drop one, I have to remind myself, we ask a lot out of these guys. Block and catch the football, not easily done in today's NFL.
And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. Allen now on first down. And he completes it to Cohen. They find some open field here.
And he'll be forced out of bounds all the way down at the 25-yard line.
A big play there just before halftime. 47 yards. The offense has to love that because that was just a dump down, and then he turned something out of seemingly nothing.
And the best quarterbacks understand that dumping it down is often a good play, a better play than even what was drawn up.
Allen to throw once more. And that is incomplete. 16 seconds now on the clock.
And I think they'd be well served to take that type of a physical approach against him the rest of the game. He's had his way so far. But on that last one, that worked quite well for the defense.
incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Here's the first carry for Tariq Cohen. And he'll get it down inside the 20 to the 18-yard line. Now the Bills will use the second of their timeouts as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first.
Allen going to try and throw on 3rd down. He will find Diggs in the end zone. Touchdown, Buffalo. Stephon Diggs in the final seconds of the first half.
And the Bills will extend their lead here just before halftime. An extra point by Bass, up and good.
And it's now 21-7.
Maybe time for one play on offense. 7 seconds to go in the half as the kick is away.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Browns drive about to get started.
And with 7 seconds remaining, not much time to really do anything.
They'll indeed try to run it out as they start on the ground. And an anxious moment or two there, but they do get him down. So we have come to halftime in what's already a 2-touchdown game. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the 3rd quarter. Bills with the lead, and they'll get the football first as the second half is underway.
From his end zone, Isaiah McKenzie. And not a good return here at all as they'll be forced to start at the 12-yard line.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive.
As this offense takes the field to begin the opening drive of the second half, Charles, remember in that first half, good through the air and really all around an outstanding offensive performance.
Absolutely. They reached the end zone several times. The passing game working awfully well, and most importantly, partner,
and they went to the tunnel with a lead. They come back out with that lead.
Absolutely. NFL coaches, we know they're perfectionists in a lot of ways, but they had to like what they saw in that first half.
Second and 9.
Now Allen. Going deep downfield for Ross. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield.
Now they run the sweep as Allen just pops this forward.
And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. Allen going to throw. That's caught by his tight end, Dawson Knox. And they're going to have another first down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 32-yard line. And give him 17 yards that time as that'll move the chains. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Now Allen again.
Going right back to Knox, and again a completion.
And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. Allen. And a quick throw here, that's complete. Touchdown, Bills. Dawson Knox, a 2-yard touchdown grab.
And the Bills take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Extra point by Bass, up and good.
And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And they're going to start in a hole as he's brought down at the 11.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
The Cleveland offense ready to go. Faking the give. Now Watson. Oh, hit as he throws there. Incomplete.
Just what they need, a lecture from me, but subpar offense is what helped get them into this spot. And now they're continuing the trend with incompletions. That won't get them out of it if they don't change something soon.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Throwing again is Watson. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
Another attempt, another incompletion. And when I look at the scoreboard and where we are in this game, it comes to mind that they have to start getting the ball in the hands of their playmakers. Throw it to the guys that maybe can take a short pass and turn it into a long gain or make people miss downfield. They've got to have points. And the guys who can put the ball in the end zone, they're the ones that need to touch the ball.
Throwing on 3rd down, Watson. And that will be incomplete.
Give them credit for excellent coverage, tight coverage. They're doing a lot of things that we talk about in basketball. They're causing disruptions in the passing game. And as long as that continues, it'll be tough for them to gain any momentum throwing the ball downfield.
They will indeed snap it to Watson. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. A surprising move to go for it, and predictably, at least somewhat predictably, it doesn't pay off. And now possession will go over inside the 15-yard line.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second-half blowout material.
A quick throw taken in by Diggs. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4.
From the 4, it's 2nd and a couple.
They run it with Balaj. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. On play action, Allen. And he's got his tight end Knox for a Bills touchdown. A great play there. A beast in the red zone with his 2nd touchdown of the game, as his guys are able to push that lead out a bit further.
Extra point by Bass, up and good.
And that'll increase their lead to 28.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. This one fielded at the 5. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20.
The Browns drive about to get started.
Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that, because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
Gonna need something special here on 3rd and long. After that sack, what does Watson have in his arsenal? They'll look to throw. Got an open man. That's David Njoku, the tight end. Here we go on 4th. Watson. Right back to Njoku. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. A curious decision to go for it, but it pays off with a first down. I don't know if I agree with that. I guess they don't care if I agree with that. But, boy, you have to be surprised by that, right?
I definitely was surprised that they decided to go for it in this situation. But they must have either felt like they either had a great play call on or they're trying to show extreme confidence.
On first down, Watson.
Going out wide, finds Chubb. Finding room at midfield.
And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space. And it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
Now a first down throw, Watson.
Here's Chubb, back-to-back catches for him. And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line.
Not only did we just see back-to-back nice gains, but we're also seeing the confidence rise, not just for the guy who caught it, but the guy throwing it as well.
And these back-to-back catches here out of the backfield, that can set something up downfield in a later sequence, right?
A lot of the time, it starts to draw the defense closer to the line of scrimmage. So to your point, show this swing pass, show this check down. Maybe later on you heave one deep when you catch him close to the spot.
7 yards there and a first down.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon. And it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a first down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going?
To the air yet again, Watson. He rifles one that's intercepted. Tre'Davious White with a pick.
And the Bills will take over here as they get it up to the 43-yard line. Well, to be blunt, not a whole lot has gone right for this defense in this ball game, but that's something right there. Still in the 3rd quarter. It would take something around miracle territory for a comeback, but maybe that's a start, Charles.
It certainly is, and they're definitely showing that there's some fight still left in them. Hasn't been a banner day, but they're trying their best to put that disappointment behind them and find ways to make plays.
He's got it complete to Diggs, right side.
And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40.
Balaj. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the 3rd quarter of action. 1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Three yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. So they fake the handoff. Now Allen. Had his hands on it, but dropped it. The rookie making a little bit of a rookie mistake. 3rd down.
The CD, they're up big, but they're still passing it. I mean, this is an offense that's had a lot of success in this game, and it seems like they're just having fun out there.
And it does feel like there's been a shift out there, doesn't it, partner? Listen, if you're up, You can continue to do what you want to do. It's up to the other team to make you change how you do things. They'll continue to throw it around until stopped.
Throwing is Allen on third. That is caught by Cohen. And he is going to have a Bills first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. On first down, Allen. And this one is incomplete.
I think it's fairly safe to call this game over, but they're still trying to bomb it downfield and add to their lead. Almost makes you start to feel for the defense and root for them a little bit too.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. And again, it's Allen. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by Denzel Ward. And the Browns will take over here just shy of the 30. He's at it again, Charles. He had the pick six last week. Not a pick six here, but an interception.
And it's another Oski, because that's the word we use when we intercept a pass. Oski tells your team to rally around and block for you. And that worked really well last week because he had made it all the way to the end zone. This week he got the Oski, maybe not a touchdown, but boy, he's playing really well.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Under pressure now, Watson, and down he goes. Von Miller in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
But one thing I do know, these guys on defense, they don't want this game to end. They're winning by multiple touchdowns. They've shut down the opposing quarterback in a big way, and they're still picking up sacks as we approach the end of this one.
To try again after the sack. Watson. A quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that is incomplete.
That's coverage you'd expect to see in a tie game late. Not in a lopsided game like this. They are not letting up.
Desperation time. Watson on 4th down. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Browns unable to move the chains on 4th down. And the Bills are going to take over in excellent field position. Allen now on 1st down. And a dangerous throw there, incomplete. He threw that into coverage. It was nearly intercepted. But their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns, and it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly make everyone involved on offense pretty happy because that gives them all a chance.
Nowhere to turn this time, and he goes down. Sacked back at the 29. Finally hauled down for the first time this game. Multiple defenders in there to drop him. Now Charles dealing with a 3rd and long. They'll have to try to go back to the air again, and this time avoid the sack.
Certainly hard to try to establish momentum when all you're doing is going backwards, not protecting the passer, and he gets dumped on his backside.
On 3rd and long, it's Allen. Under pressure, and they got to him again.
Multiple players getting home there for an 8-yard loss.
It has been a good game for them. They haven't been pressured very much today, but on back-to-back sacks, maybe the defense is starting to figure something out.
So now on comes the field goal unit, and wow, this is no ordinary try here. This from 54 yards away. The kick by Bass is good. So after 5 touchdowns offensively, hey, maybe it's time to get the kicker a little work, and he's able to connect there.
I love that empathetic side of you. You're worried about him getting some action, getting to be a part of the game. Well, he got in and got it done.
So after knocking through the field goal, here's Bass to kick it away. This is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
The Cleveland offense ready to go. And last time, went for it on 4th, didn't get it. We'll see if they can pick themselves up off the mat and do better this go-around.
Sometimes I have this vision of coaches writing notes to themselves before a game. And sometimes that note says, be aggressive, stay aggressive. Maybe that's what we saw in the last possession.
Yeah, they were very aggressive. This time, will it result in points? We'll find out. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup. Now it's Watson. That's to the right side and complete to Njoku. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. It's a gain of 10, and the Browns are going to get a first down.
But with this game well in hand, perhaps we are seeing the coverage lighten up a little bit as they got burned there a bit for a first down.
But we certainly know the coach isn't happy along the sideline because he certainly wants them to finish this one out the way they started it. He doesn't want to give up any soft completions, no late points. He wants his lead to stay right where it is.
He got 29 yards that time.
And Charles, of interest here, that last throw is going to put him over 20,000 yards passing for his career, and that's not a bad number.
You're exactly right about that, and even though it's nowhere near the top of the leaderboard, because when you think about it, Brady and Breeze, they've done that 4 times over. But when you hit 20,000, let's face it, only a little over 100 guys have ever done that in the NFL. It's worthy of some applause.
And this is taken in at the 5. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. Back-to-back plays of right around 30 yards, and the field position has totally been flipped. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. Watson looks to throw again. Under pressure now, and he's going to go down. Sacked back around the 8. Not the 1st and goal play they drew up. Multiple defenders in to bring him down to the ground. It's 2nd and goal, back to the 8-yard line now. Watson now to throw. And this is caught. Well, they get one back. Picking up the late touchdown here, but still down big.
And a decisive advantage became even more decisive. They already had the win in hand, but they keep pressing the tempo, and they pile on with another touchdown reception.
Would you consider that touchdown a reward to all the tight ends on their roster for their effort today? Not just running their routes, but all the time they spent in the trenches, laying down blocks, doing the little things to help that offense succeed. And for doing all of that, they definitely want one of their tight ends to get a touchdown to really seal this blowout.
Extra point by York is up and good.
And the lead is down to 24. The Browns kicking team out there now as they'll send this one away.
Taken in at the 3.
And he's going to get this across the 20 as he's out of bounds at the 23. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive.
been a dominant performance to this point, Charles, and this is probably exactly how they scripted this and envisioned it. They got a 3-score.
He's got a man complete.
And the tackle going to be made at the 38.
Even with the big lead here in the fourth, it still bombs away, and frankly, it's working. Why should they stop? Go ahead and keep firing away and gaining those yards.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Allen. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. A good gain of 9 before he's brought down at the 28. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair.
They'll come up now on 2nd and a yard.
To throw, it's Allen. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Well, they're up comfortably here, Charles, but that lead certainly not dissuading them from pressing the envelope late. I mean, if anything, with these passes, it's like they're getting more aggressive to try to drive the ball downfield.
And that will certainly lend itself to some post-game questions for that coach, and maybe you and I should attend that press conference to see what he has to say, because someone's going to ask him why he continued to push it. My guess, he didn't like how some of the snaps were run earlier, and he wanted to use that as a chance to clean things up, but he certainly will have some explaining to do.
So Allen's going to look to throw. And his throw is incomplete.
Well, fourth quarter with a 3-score lead here, Charles, but they're still going back to the air and looking for more points.
Well, with this game well in hand, it's an opportunity for the guys to come off the bench and get a chance to play. And a lot of coaches, they want to run their full playbook no matter who's on the field.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. To the air, Allen. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
That was a touchdown if he could have hung on. Instead, it was a well-timed collision to jar that one free.
Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Now Allen. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
As defensive coordinators around the league tell me all the time, that throw is not for every quarterback because you've really got to drive the ball downfield. It's going to be a tight window for him to fit that one into. In this case, unsuccessfully.
Allen will look to throw for it on 4th. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Greg Newsome. There he goes, left side. The 20. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Browns defense has a touchdown. So they go on 4th down. Not only do they not get it, it turns into 6 points the other way. Disastrous.
And many people think you should just go ahead and knock it down in that situation. Turn it over for the offense. But I had a defensive coordinator recently tell me, we see that as a passive play. We don't do that anymore. We want the ball in our hands, and we want to head the other way.
It's probably also instinct a lot of times. If you see a lot of green grass ahead of you, go ahead and grab it.
It's the exact right play to do. That's knowing when to break the rules and when to make a play that maybe you hadn't been taught.
After the interception, here's Watson. He's got it. So they convert the 2. That keeps their slim hopes alive as we're back to a 2-score game. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This one fielded at the 5. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. Now they are really in the driver's seat here, enjoying this lead late in the fourth quarter. The defense does have all 3 timeouts, but at this point, doesn't look like it's going to matter much. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in quarter number 4.
Now, they did get a little gain on this play, but all in all, a nice job defensively against the touch pass. They were able to string it out towards the sideline and never let him get the corner and turn it upfield for a bigger chunk of yardage.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete.
Well, you know me, whether you need it or not, I'm going to give a little unsolicited advice. Just throw it downfield out of the pocket only if you're absolutely sure. Otherwise, use your running ability and try and get those yards a safer way.
So the failure to connect on second down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Throwing now is Allen. Going deep downfield for Ross. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
After what they've faced during this game where they've given up a ton of yards downfield, there has to be a measure of revenge right there for the secondary. They've been shredded throughout the game and finally forced an incompletion.
The Bills send the punter out as he'll kick it away for the second time. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. This is taken around the 12. A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And the Browns will take over 1st and 10. The Browns drive about to get started. And that last drive, so effective in the passing game, resulting in the touchdown. Maybe not many people were focused on the trenches. There was good protection there.
Excellent protection. So now defensively, you've almost got to get down to those starters blocks like you're a sprinter. Get lower than those guys on offense and find a way to roar through them or around them to get into the face of the passer.
Easier said than done, though.
Way easier said than done. But they've got to try something because right now they're just cutting them to shreds.
To throw, Watson. Completes to Njoku. And that's going to be a 1st down to the 35 as the clock continues to run.
The Browns will quickly use their 3rd and final timeout as they get it with just 19 seconds left on the clock. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Now Watson.
He's going to let it fly. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
When you're leading in the final quarter, your radar has to be up for any potential deep shots. And probably not the last one they're going to see in this game, not as long as they hold this lead.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
Watson to throw.
And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete.
A higher scoring game, Charles, than we typically see in the National Football League. But fun to watch these offenses. They were really clicking. It seemed like everything that they dialed up worked.
Yeah, it certainly was fun to watch from our perspective. I'd like to be those defensive coaches, though. That wasn't a blast for them at all. And let's face it, they all game plan, they all scout, they all think they're prepared. But executing and stopping teams, that's another matter entirely.
So for the Bills, they boost their record up to a strong 4-1. And they'll get another road date next week as their opponents will be the New York Jets. Meanwhile, for Cleveland, they drop below 500 to 2-3 with a loss. And they'll have a chance at redemption next week at home against the Los Angeles Rams.